Watch and learn as the people of Christ, Centennial and Walker Community United Methodist Churches show where we can use American Sign Language, including less common sign variations during worship.
This grant is to show how we use American Sign Language words here at Centennial for hygienic reasons, how we use American Sign Language words during our passing of the peace. What I'd like for us to do is to practice 3 of the American Sign Language words that we've used a great deal over the last number of months. So please stay seated, and I'll get my hands free. The first word that I'd like for us to practice is the word for peace. So clasp your hands together, not tightly, loosely, like this, and then rotate as you go down. That's peace. Try it again. All right. And then let's do the word for disciple. Okay, so take your 2 index fingers, put them in parallel, and then it's as if they're walking together, and then go like that. So try it again. Disciple. All right. And then the last word is the word we were using moving up through the Christmas season, and that's the word for light. So put your hands like this, like you're about to play the piano. Okay, and then light. Try it again. Light. Well, now I invite you to stand as you're able and offer one of these 3 words to each other in the peace of Christ.
On Martha's Vineyard, there were lots and lots of people who were deaf, who couldn't hear, and so they weren't able to speak. But one of the things that all of the people that lived there did was everybody learned sign language, so they could talk to everybody all the time. And that's one of the wonderful things about using sign language. It enables us to communicate with people that wouldn't be able to hear what we're saying, or wouldn't be able to talk to us. And it's a way for us to welcome them. Now I'm going to teach you a couple of different words than the ones Pastor Brian's been teaching us. The first one is come. I bet you can do that. Come. And next week is going to be Communion Sunday, so it makes me think of table. It's like you're making a table with your hands. And then one of the things we do in worship when we're here for communion is we eat. So if Pastor Brian wanted to next week, when he's inviting people to come to communion, he could say, come to the table and eat.
Hear and see these words of Lao Tzu. Fame or integrity? Which is more important? Money or happiness? Which is more valuable? Success or failure? Which is more destructive? If you look to others for fulfillment, you will never truly be fulfilled.
Your blessing today is one that you are invited to share with at least 2 people before you leave the worship space. But it's also a blessing that you are invited to share with those you know. It's a blessing that you can share with people who are hearing impaired, because we're going to learn the signs today to share our blessing with one another. The blessing is walk together. The sign for walk is to kind of swish your hands up and down like you're cleaning the inside of a long, flat bowl. And the choir decided rhythmically 3 times is good. 1, 2, 3. The sign for together is to put your hands like this, thumbs on top, and stir a pot together. So we'll all practice one time, and then I'll turn you over to each other to bless each other. Walk together. Go in peace and walk together.
You've seen the video, and now you get to do it. See it, say it, and sign it. Here at Centennial, we have been offering these American Sign Language words as a way of passing the peace and halting the spread of germs, as a way of being inclusive of our sisters and brothers who are hard of hearing, and as a way of engaging more of our senses in worship. And so let's just practice a couple of these words again. One is peace. And you put your hands together. Do this with me if you would. Put your hands together loosely in a clasp, and then rotate and bring them downward. Do it with me. That's peace. And then the word for disciple. Do it with me. Extend your 2 index fingers up in the air, put them in parallel, and then pretend that they're walking together. So do it with me. It's been good to have you share with us. I'd like to share one more set of words with you, actually a sentence. God is love. It goes like this. Do it with me.